November 11th is a day we remember.
May we pray for the lives that were lost.
A single day to honor memories.
Words are not enough to repay for the freedom they have given us.
We wear the poppy to symbolize our gratitude.
We will never forget the soldiers who fought for us.
They risk their lives day in and day out.
The poppies grow with the seeds of their sorrow.
The maple leaf born from lonely hearts.
Laying gently on the battlegrounds they fought on.
So we stand in silence remembering their sacrifice.
We pray for the veterans and their families.
From where they lay, poppies grow.
The land was kept safe with blood-soaked tears.
Our flags fly high, duty-bound have died.
Far from home, yet close to our hearts.
We can now be with our loved ones because they were kept from theirs.
We honor the ones who lost their lives for us.
We lay a wreath of respect for everyone who fought.
Even when the war is over, we still remember.
We offer our condolences and support to the families of the brave souls.
Thank you for your sacrifice. May you rest in peace.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land. True patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Lives. Soldiers.
Poppy.
Thankful.
Poppy. Poppies.
War.
Honor.
Poppy. Remember.
White crosses.
Poppy.
Crosses. Remember. Peace.
Respect.
Poppy. Remembering.
Honest.
Peace.
That's really nice, isn't it? Mum, what's that?
Ah, Nazia, that is a very special grave. One that no one ever walks over. Some say it's the most important in Westminster Abbey.
A king or queen?
No, not a monarch.
But someone famous?
No, not when he was alive. We don't actually know who he was.
I don't understand. If we don't know who he was, why is he buried at Westminster Abbey?
Because that's the grave of the unknown warrior. Nearly 9 million men from all over the British Empire fought in the First World War. Approximately 6.5 million from Britain and Ireland, and 2.5 million from the Commonwealth. Places like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Australia and New Zealand, the West Indies, Canada. The average age was 24, And those soldiers had to be over 18. 250,000 boys lied about their age. The youngest was 12 years old. For every 9 men that served, 3 were wounded, often with injuries lasting the rest of their lives. 1 in 9 were killed. Of those killed, 200,000 were missing and never found. Thousands of warriors, forever unknown.
The unknown warrior's story begins in 1916, in a garden in France. British Army chaplain David Railton finds the grave of a fallen British soldier, buried underneath a simple cross, with the words, "An unknown British soldier." Back in Britain cries an unknown mother, an unknown wife, a brother, an unknown child who'd never discover just where their father lies. And born from the grief of a whole nation, David Railton had an idea. What if one unknown warrior could be brought home and buried at Westminster Abbey alongside kings and queens in full splendor to represent all the unknown sons, brothers, fathers who never made it back? And so the bodies of 4 unknown warriors from 4 battlefields are laid out, each covered by a Union flag. Secretly, one is selected, placed in a coffin of English oak, alongside a handful of French soil, land over which the warrior fought and died. And on Armistice Day, 1920, the unknown warrior was buried at Westminster Abbey. It is true, we don't know and will never know whether he's British, Irish, or Empire born. But most importantly, we know he is ours. Unknown, but well known.
It doesn't matter who he is, does it? We remember him because he's unknown. He helps us remember that people died, but he also helps us remember the people we love too.
That's right, love.
To the victims and all the survivors of war who never forgot the terror they saw. To all the civilians, both friend and foe, who lost everything and had nowhere to go. To the officers who had to decide the right time to shoot and the right time to hide. To the schoolboys who signed up so young, thinking the war would make them strong. To the RFC, the aviators, mapping the trenches and the craters. To the men of the land who committed no crime but whose farmyards and fields became the front line. To the children lying awake in their beds, not knowing if brother or father were dead. To the factory workers who created the tanks, the bombs, guns, planes, and sent them to France. To the women at home whose husbands had gone, who could only pray and try to stay strong. To the nurses who cared for man after man, who patched up their wounds and held on to their hands. To the men in the trenches, who with no word or cry had to carry on fighting after seeing friends die. To deserters, whose bravery lapsed, shocked for this crime, they would never come back. It's clear to see 100 years on, the names on memorials of those that have gone. Thousands of crosses mark out the graves of eternal soldiers, the eternally brave. But we should not, we must not, we cannot forget the millions who lived with pain and regret, the shell-shocked, the mourners, the orphans, and more. All those affected by the Great War. For all those who feared, for all those who cried, for all those who lived, and for all those who died. We must remember.
Le souvenir est fondamental pour définir d'où je viens, qui je suis et où je m'en vais.
I respect Remembrance Day
because it's such an important date and such an important time.
C'est important de se souvenir.
Not just one single day, November 11.
Le 11 du 11e mois à 11 heures.
I think it's more than just saying thank you for your service.
It's also about the human side and not just the faceless soldier side.
Remembrance Day, I just think about
Passchendaele,
Omaha Beach,
Juno Beach.
Ce qu'on a fait pour les autres pays.
400,000 people took part in D-Day.
La guerre de Corée.
Hill 187.
Stabilization in Congo.
Qu'est-ce qui est arrivé en Haïti?
The children of Afghanistan.
The genocide that lasted 100 days.
For me, it's to remember the fallen.
Toutes les camarades avec qui j'ai combattu.
I remember my husband, Corporal Bryce Keller.
J'ai le capitaine Nicolas Godard dans mon cœur.
Jean-Guy, mon ami.
Caporal-chef Byron Gruff.
The families and the civilians and the people who have to deal with war in the places we've been.
I remember World War I veterans when I was growing up.
I remember Chinese Canadian in World War II.
Ces gens-là ont fait des choses qui sont extraordinaires.
They're the heroes. They gave their life.
La raison pourquoi je suis ici, la raison pourquoi je porte cet uniforme, vient de ce qui a été fait par mes prédécesseurs.
We have what we have in Canada today is thanks to our forefathers who have gone before us.
I'm not a hero, I'm a survivor.
Pour ces gens-là, ça vaut la peine de se souvenir puis de montrer du respect envers eux.
Le souvenir continue de me propulser, de me motiver et de me convaincre d'accomplir la mission qui m'est assignée.
Little Poppy. Little Poppy. Little Poppy, give it to me. Little Poppy, give it to me. Help me keep Canada safe and free. Help me keep Canada safe and free. I'll wear a little poppy. I'll wear a little poppy. As red as can be. To show I remember. Those who fought for me.